y'all, welcome back to my channel. Y'all know who it is. What's up y'all? I'm faking. Y'all already know them intros do not go like that. So who is you?
I'm Kira's mom.
Who is you?
Big Daddy. I'm just playing. I'm saying, y'all know me, man.
Y'all already know how he do. So y'all already tell by the title, it don't took a long time to get this video together. We still trying to get into the swing of being parents. But this is basically the labor and delivery detail. So we did the vlog, but it was a lot of stuff left out of the vlog that we want to include y'all in. And then of course, Mama will tell you her side of the story. Zell will tell you how he felt, and then I'm gonna tell you what happened. All right, so let me find the notes. Kason is upstairs asleep, so I'm talking fast because when he wake up, period, over with. All right, where is it at?
I just want to say to the fellas, y'all might want to have a fan ready. You finna experience this?
Oh yes.
It's not that bad as a mother.
You were crying too.
I cried because I'm overwhelmed.
She cried, I cried.
We all cried.
We all was in there just tears and tears.
Y'all, why I can't find
But
the
it was
notes?
a beautiful
It
experience.
was.
Oh, okay. Oh, that ain't it. I thought I had it. All right, y'all, my fault. All right, so we're gonna start with that Friday, and I ain't got the dates. I had him on June the 30th. So would it have been the 28th? The 28th. Friday at midnight, I went into the hospital. They had a whole bunch of emergencies going on, so the nurse came in and she told me, hey, it's gonna be a while before we actually get to you, but we coming. So it really was a while. They did not come in until 3:36. I got my IV and the fluid started. The IV wasn't painful. I kept seeing a lot of videos where people were saying like, it hurt so bad, that was the worst thing to do. To me, the IV did not hurt. They started the first round of Cytotec, which was to help soften my cervix. Typically, they said that you would see results around 4 hours, and by the time the 4 hours came, I was not dilated. So that's why they put in the Cytotec. So when I went in, I wasn't dilated at all. And my cervix was still closed. They told me they would come back in and check in 4 hours, and I was not allowed to eat. So you saw in the vlog where I was in Waffle House, I ain't eat nothing. Until I ain't eat no more after that.
June the 30th.
Right. So at 4 a.m. I started to have mild contractions. It was nothing major, but they were showing up on the monitor. It wasn't that too bad. 5:43 came. I went to the restroom, and basically that's where I was telling y'all in the video, I threw up. I sat down. I thought I was okay. I did not feel the need to throw up, but the time I sat down, it was over with. And that's when I was telling y'all Zell feet was Zell was running in the bathroom so quick, y'all. Too funny.
I'm gonna fail.
And I could have threw up just from not having anything on my stomach, them pumping me with the fluid so quick. I don't really know. All I know is I felt fine afterwards. So at 8:02, I got my second dosage of the Cytotec. I still wasn't dilated. My cervix was still closed. I had to wait another 4 hours for results. I was still having the mild contractions, but at this point, I still didn't have an epidural. The contractions, I was feeling them in my waist. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all the story so they can get the day part. I was feeling them in my waist and my pelvic and my hip area, and it was nothing like what people told me. I don't know, people were saying that you feel contractions in your stomach. They were not in my stomach. Don't let nobody tell you no story. They was in my waist. Like it just felt like my bones were doing this. Literally, it was painful. And we was also napping in between. No, Mama had came. Mama and Daddy had came. But we kind of just told them to go back home because there was nothing exciting going on. So I don't even think Mom was at the hospital by this time. Zell was there, and we was taking naps by this time, right? Yeah, we was sleeping. So all this
came in waking us up.
Yeah, but we did sleep. At 9:14 a.m. the contractions was unbearable at this point. So I wanted the epidural. I tried sitting up in the bed. I tried sitting in the recliner. Nothing was helping the pain. I was still vomiting because of the pain, and probably because I had an empty stomach. So like I said, I was still throwing up, and the epidural was in sight for me. Like by this point, I'm like, I can't do it. Or I can't handle the pain. Not I can't do it. So at 9:30, I was giving Stadol, and I was out of it. That's what y'all, he was in the video talking, and I was like, I don't know what they gave me, but whatever they gave me, it was heaven sent. So that was the Stadol. It felt amazing, y'all. I felt it like time she put it in my IV. I was like, am I supposed to feel it this quick? Yeah, I was on some clouds. And that was at 9:30. So by 10:50, all I remember, I was crying so hard because of the pain. I was 2 centimeters dilated by 10:50. Now to some, it may have been too early to get an epidural, but I went ahead and got my epidural because it was rough, y'all. And basically they gave me medicine to force my contractions. So for you, 2 centimeters having contractions may not have been bad, but for me, 2 centimeters and having contractions was terrible. So I got my epidural. And let me see, he stuck me twice. Zell saw the epidural, so this is what Zell gonna tell y'all about his experience seeing me get the epidural.
All I know is the needle was like, it was like at least this long, and they stuck it in her back. I heard it, like, I was like, oh my God. No, at first I was leaning, you had to lean on me, right?
Yeah.
At first you had to lean on me. Then I was getting a little weak standing up. She was sitting there. So the nurse was like, you want me to help? I was like, thank God, yes. Stand right here. Because she got to lean up. Y'all ladies already know you got to lean up and put pressure. So I had sat down so I could see what Doc was doing. But Doc was doing too much for me. So that it looked rough for me to see. That was my first time, but...
So y'all, I told y'all they gave me the Stadol. The Stadol kind of had me loopy and out of it. So getting the epidural, I did not feel it. It wasn't painful. I remember giggling and I remember it being cold.
Sure did.
But the guy was like, the lady actually asked me like, do you think he's on a nerve or something? And I'm like, no, it's just funny. Like, it was funny.
Was laughing.
I was giggling.
Gone. I mean, she was gone, y'all. I promise you.
But y'all know how they tell y'all have to, you have to bend over. So I was laying up on Zell. Like he said, he was getting weak, and I'm like, y'all, I could feel him. Like I'm pushing up on him, and he pushing back, and I'm like, we both gotta be still. Like we both can't be.
That was
it was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. And I don't know why I was giggling. Don't ask me. All I know that medicine really had me feeling good. So if you know you finna get an epidural and you scared of the epidural, ask them for that Stadol or ask them for that pain medicine that you can get before your epidural. Cause I honestly think that's what helped me. So by 3:30, I think my mom had got there by then. So at 3:30, I was 3 centimeters dilated. By 5:34, I was still 3 centimeters dilated. So in between this time, what I'm saying? Oh, you said 3 centimeters? Okay,
Okay,
I thought I said something else. But we still kind of entertaining guests by this time. So mind you, I've been there since noon and it's now 5:34. At 7:15, they put the peanut in between my legs to help open up my cervix and encourage casing to come down. At 8:22, I was just 4 centimeters dilated, y'all. So y'all hear this time? 3:30 to 8:22. I went from 3 to a 4. I'm barely making no progress. The epidural had wore off. So, Mom, being that epidural wall, in your mind, after seeing me, what was going on, Mom?
I was praying, Lord, help my baby, because she's my baby, but she was in a whole lot of pain. She was in tears. She was nauseous. She hadn't eaten since midnight Friday. So I'm like, we got to get this thing over with.
Yes. So the anesthesiologist had to come back in and he gave me some more something. A part of me wanted to say he gave me some more epidural, but I really don't think it was more epidural. I really don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it was. We just assumed that it was more epidural. We ain't asked no questions because by this point, Kim crying.
First they gave you medicine through your IV to help again.
Yes, yeah.
And then they had to call him back in to come back and do the epidural again.
Yeah, cause basically by this time I'm turning up. I'm like,
gosh,
I'm like, I ain't supposed to be feeling this. And them contractions on this screen, y'all seen it. It was just whoop, whoop, up, down, up, down. At 11:28, I was 7 centimeters dilated. So at 8:22, I was 4. And then 11:30, basically, I was 7 centimeters dilated. I was still vomiting. And the epidural started to wear off again at this point. So I was trying to find ways to cope with the contractions. But y'all, it ain't nothing like... I don't know who in their right mind going to labor saying I'm finna do this natural, because it ain't me. Like, give me my drugs. Like, I'm gonna tell you whatever God done blessed on this earth, because them contractions, I promise you, them contractions ain't what you want. Like, whew.
You don't want no smoke?
No, you don't want no smoke. You don't want no smoke when it comes down to them contractions. Exactly. So y'all, by this time, my sister-in-law was there, my mama, and Zell. And his sister, you know, we had company in the room at this point because they trying to help me get through. So we started guessing what time we thought Kason was gonna get here.
Oh yeah.
And I think Zell was the closest to the time. So at 1:33 a.m. I started pushing. Kason was born at 2:32. You do the math. That's almost an hour of pushing. But let me tell you why I pushed probably for an hour. Because once they told me I was 10 centimeters dilated, which I'm sure was around about 120, she said, well, when you start to feel that pressure, you let us know because that means the baby is coming. Well, in my head, I'm thinking, well, if I tell them I feel pressure, that means I can start pushing. And it's going to make me feel better because, mind you, the epidural is gone. So I told a story. I ain't going to tell y'all one. I told them a story. I said, well, I think I feel a little pressure. So I was like, all right, let's get you prepped. Let's go ahead and start pushing. I was already 10 centimeters, but that still wasn't a good idea, which I think that's why I pushed for so long, was because he wasn't really ready. Or he went all the way down, which is funny. It's funny now, but looking back, I should have just waited till I felt pressure. But
So you was 10 centimeters?
I was 10 centimeters, yeah, but they wanted me to wait until I felt that
Pressure.
urge.
I didn't know you ever came to 10.
Mm-hmm.
I was out of it. I just knew that it was time for me to get somewhere fast.
And
Yeah.
then, mind you, the pain was so intense for
Man.
Kim that she couldn't push on her back. They had to allow her to flip on her side
Yep.
to push. And once they got his head out, they flipped her back
Okay.
over on her back.
Right. So, like I said, when they told me I could start pushing, I was ready. I feel like pushing would help with the pain. So I'm pushing, and I'm like, I'm very vocal. That's another thing my sister-in-law said. She was like, girl, you was vocal. I wasn't playing. I was like, y'all think I'm gonna pass out. Like, I was telling people I think I'm gonna faint. My contractions started to spread out and get further apart. So, you know, you push with your contractions. Instead of my contractions being close together at 10 centimeters, they were starting to spread out.
Face will pale. You remember
Her
her
face
face?
turned pale.
It was like white.
Zell was giving the ice, and I had a cold rag, and we was tag teaming.
Yes.
And she took a brief nap, guys, and
Sure did.
I was like, Kimmy, is you sleeping? She said, Mom, I'm just resting. So I
Unbelievable.
know Zell went into prayer, I went into prayer, but I said, we got to get Casey now. So every time they were saying push, she was blowing, I was blowing, we were pushing.
And that's another thing, y'all. I really do think my mama helped me get through them contractions, because when they told me to push, you know, you take a deep breath and you start to push. But in my mind, I'm like, I can't do that. I never said I couldn't do this, but in my mind, I wanted to give up. Like, it was so hard. But seeing my mama take that breath with me and then push with me, I was like, okay, I can do this. Then they would ask me, do you think you can do it again? And I look at my mama like, please help me. And she'll do it. It's like she was literally helping me through. Zell's on the other side, y'all. Zell was sitting down. Zell was fanning himself. He was fanning me. Zell was looking crazy. He said I was looking crazy. Y'all, it was tough in there. And I remember my cousins talking about the ring of fire back when I was young. Like I said, my epidural was gone. I felt the ring of fire. So anytime my friends asked me, like, what do you feel like having a baby? I said, I felt the head, shoulder, knees, and toe. I felt it all. And I had stitches. I had a secondary tear. I remember screaming at my doctor because she was stitching me. And I'm like, I can feel it, like you hurting me. She was pushing my stomach to try to get my uterus to shrink. That was my uterus. She was trying to shrink. I yelled at her for that. I'm like, you hurt me. Like, girl.
She really was, and I had to tell her, can you please take it easy? She just had this baby, and she was like, I gotta get it done.
Yeah.
And I said, I do understand that, but you can be gentle too.
Yeah, she was doing her job, but y'all, in that moment, I'm like, you hurt me. Like that, oh, Jesus, it's no joke. The placenta was a breeze. I know most people wonder about that. The placenta was a breeze coming through. And I just remember, like, once he was born, they put him on me. I ain't even look at him the first 30, 60 seconds. I just remember crying. Like, I was ugly crying.
Yeah.
I was in that ugly crying. Like, oh my goodness, I don't have that baby. He finally healed. Over with. Zell, did you cut the cord? Who cut the cord?
We ain't even gotta.
You don't want to talk
They
about
know,
it?
don't they?
Mama, who cut the cord?
Zell was a little bit weak.
I was over it, y'all.
So Mama had to
do
cut the cord,
I couldn't
which
do
I
it.
didn't mind doing, and I'll do it all over again. But I do understand Zell's experience as well. It was like he was having a baby too.
Sure enough was.
So therefore, he went through the pain with my daughter, and I'm so grateful. But like I said, if I have to do it all over again, Mama will do it.
Like, having a baby ain't the worst thing in the world, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. But once you have that baby in your arms, nothing else compared. Like, it's a love like no other. So, anything you want to add, baby?
Fellas, get ready. If you got one on the way and you gonna be there, get ready.
Zell did an amazing
Get
job though.
ready.
He did an amazing job, like just keeping me entertained. He had me laughing when I could laugh, and had me sleep when I needed to be sleep. Had me ice. Zell even snuck me some Mountain Dew that I threw up. So now
I had that now.
he snuck me some Mountain Dew while I was in labor, not like pushing in labor, but you know the process leading up to, and I threw that Mountain Dew up. So now every time I drink a Mountain Dew, it make me think of the time that Zell snuck me some. Mama, you got anything to add?
I see y'all on baby number 2.
What? Y'all, she did just ask me the other day, tell me something, how long are you gonna wait? Well, Mama, how long you gonna wait? Did you have me and the sisters? Like, I wanted sisters growing up.
Y'all know that song they go like, no. Hey,
Lady in the midnight hour.
not that one.
Not that either.
Not that
But y'all, that is pretty much the end of this video. It was quick. I wanted it to be quick and straight to the point. Like I said, Casey still asleep, so he won't be making his debut in this video. But make sure you stay tuned to the future videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as what I always say, Mom.
I love you, but God loves you more.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Bye.